I'm joined by Alan Kohler, Editor-in-Chief of Eureka Report, who's campaigned long and hard on this. Alan, is this a backflip by the Minister?
Oh, well, it's a bit of a backflip, but look, he's trying to make sure that it doesn't look like a backflip. I mean, after all this debate and discussion, argument that's been going on, it's come down to two things. Should financial advisors act in the best interest of their client, broadly, as well as having a checklist of boxes to tick, and should they get commissions for selling product? Now, the Future Financial Advice banned commissions and also had the checklist of best interest things that the financial advisors have to tick, and it also had, and notwithstanding all the above, you have to do anything that might, or don't do anything that might be against the best interest of the client. It's sort of a catch-all thing. Now, what Matthias Cormann proposed to do was to take out the catch-all on best interests and to unban commissions as they apply or in the context of general advice as opposed to personal advice, right? That was opening the door for commissions because general advice is a bit woolly in terms of how it's defined. Financial advisors could basically do kind of heaps of stuff that was defined as general advice and start getting commissions again, right? And so now he's come out and said, I never intended to unban commissions. Absolutely never intended to. So I'll just clarify that. And he says, and of course they have to act in the best interest of their clients. Of course, I never intended that they would ever not act in the best interest of the clients.
But he had quite clearly tried to unban those things. Both he and Arthur Sinodinos, who was the former finance minister, were clearly in favour of this and trying to get it through Parliament.
Yeah, and the banks got to Cormann well before the election. He drafted a policy. It was in the context of the whole deregulation thing that Josh Frydenberg has been running about, the sort of the repeal day and all that stuff. And so in that context, that was how they saw it. When the government became elected, Cormann suddenly got the job as finance minister. Arthur Sinodinos had to got the whole thing that Cormann had drafted, so he ran with it, and then he got sacked. Matthias Cormann takes it back over, and all of a sudden there's heaps of opposition, far more than they thought. It's one of those things where they thought it was going to be okay because it was a deregulation thing, and actually it's turned into a bit of a problem for them. And so now they're wriggling out of it. And as a wriggle, it's not bad. It's a pretty good wriggle.
And as wriggle goes, it's not bad because it's very good for consumers of financial services, right?
Well, the Senate committee looked at it. They came back with saying, this long report saying how terrific it all is and you're a wonderful person, Matthias, and it's all great, except in the fine print, just redraft it, will you? And so he's come out and said, well, we're going to clarify our intentions, which is not to ban commissions, and advisors must act in the best interest of their clients. So it depends now on the actual drafting of the law, and are they going to leave holes in it for the advisors to drive, or the banks in particular, to drive their truck through? So because we should remember, the financial advisors, particularly those who are members of the FPA, the Financial Planners Association, do not want commissions. They want to act in the best interest of their clients. They want to do the right thing. But there are certain organisations who just want to use advisors to sell products, right? So there's this conflict between the banks in particular and the advisors who want to be independent and want to be seen to be professional.
Now that's the big part, right? Because the banks really are the ones who are seeing a goldmine in terms of financial services and selling their products both through their tellers or through networked advisors that they end up buying into. So what does that mean for the big banks?
Well, as I say, it depends what the law actually says, because they will try to continue to use financial advisors to sell products. That's really in their interests, because people, and the reason it's so good for them is because people don't know they're talking to a salesperson. You go to a financial planner or a financial advisor, you think you're getting somebody who's on your side. And that is a very powerful sales tool, obviously, because it's deceptive. People don't know that they're being sold to, and that's the best kind of sale.
There's still some final sort of amendments to come along to this, or some final drafting.
Well, today's is just an announcement. We've got to see the legislation, right? And so everyone will look at that.
So you'll be keeping a close eye on this, given you've campaigned so long and hard on it?
Oh, yes.
Alan Kohler, thanks very much.